That is why His Holiness came to you in the hospital in Palermo when you were a boy. That is why He took you in and raised you. The nun He loved was Maria, your mother. She left the nunnery to raise you, but she never abandoned her strict devotion to God. When the Pope heard she had died in an explosion and that you, his son, had miraculously survived, he swore to God he would never leave you alone again. Carlo, your parents were both virgins. They kept their vows to God. And still they found a way to bring you into the world. You were their miraculous child. The Camerlengo covered his ears, trying to block out the words. He stood paralyzed on the altar. Then, with his world yanked from beneath him, he fell violently to his knees and let out a wail of anguish. Seconds. Minutes. Hours. Time seemed to have lost all meaning inside the four walls of the chapel. Vittoria felt herself slowly breaking free of the paralysis that seemed to have gripped them all. She let go of Langdon's hand and began moving through the crowd of cardinals. The chapel door seemed miles away, and she felt like she was moving underwater. Slow motion. As she maneuvered through the robes, her motion seemed to pull others from their trance. Some of the cardinals began to pray. Others wept. Some turned to watch her go, their blank expressions turning slowly to a foreboding cognition as she moved toward the door. She had almost reached the back of the crowd when a hand caught her arm. The touch was frail but resolute. She turned, face to face with a wizened cardinal. His visage was clouded by fear. "No," the man whispered. "You cannot." Vittoria stared, incredulous. Another cardinal was at her side now. "We must think before we act." And another. "The pain this could cause." Vittoria was surrounded. She looked at them all, stunned. But these deeds here today, tonight. Certainly the world should know the truth. "My heart agrees," the wizened cardinal said, still holding her arm, "and yet it is a path from which there is no return." We must consider the shattered hopes. The cynicism. How could the people ever trust again? Suddenly, more cardinals seemed to be blocking her way. There was a wall of black robes before her. "Listen to the people in the square," one said. What will this do to their hearts? We must exercise prudence. We need time to think and pray, another said. We must act with foresight. The repercussions of this. He killed my father, Vittoria said. He killed his own father. I'm certain he will pay for his sins, the cardinal holding her arm said sadly. Vittoria was certain too, and she intended to ensure he paid. She tried to push toward the door again, but the cardinals huddled closer, their faces frightened. What are you going to do? She exclaimed. Kill me? The old men blanched, and Vittoria immediately regretted her words. She could see these men were gentle souls. They had seen enough violence tonight. They meant no threat. They were simply trapped. Scared. Trying to get their bearings. I want, the wizened cardinal said, to do what is right. Then you will let her out, a deep voice declared behind her. The words were calm but absolute. Robert Langdon arrived at her side, and she felt his hand take hers.